Hello everyone, how are you all? I hope you all are fine. Today we are going to study a very interesting chapter, that is, this is Jody's Fawn. Jody is the name of a boy and he has got fascinated towards a fawn. Now, what is the reason that this boy has got fascinated towards a fawn? We will talk later. But let me first discuss a little bit of some other topic related things. Like, suppose if you are meeting with an accident at home, some minor accident has taken place, like small burn or any mosquito has bitten you, what does your mother do? She immediately goes to the doctor. Does she take you to a doctor for small minor reasons? No, she tries to do some home remedies to cure you, isn't it? Suppose if you have got a small burn, she will apply that burnol, or that you have coconut oil, or toothpaste. Suppose if you have got a burn, then you apply toothpaste. So you try various home remedies. So these people means this family is living in a little remote area and they have very deeper knowledge about animals. And you will note over here in the beginning of the story that Jody's father, Penny Boxter, is bitten by a rattlesnake. And then how they are curing him from the bite of the rattlesnake is that they are killing a doe. A doe is a female deer, and they are killing the doe, and the heart and the liver of that creature is drawn out to draw out the poison of Jody's father. And in this way, Penny Boxter's life is saved, but whose life is gone? The fawn's mother. What is a fawn? Fawn is a baby deer, the baby deer of that doe. That doe has lost his mother, and this Jody is a very sentimental creature. I have made this story in a very comic structure manner so that you will find the story very interesting. You will find that Penny Boxter's life is saved. He is lying on the bed, and this fellow is feeling very sad because he is remembering the fawn, that the fawn has become orphan. Orphan, you understand? One who has lost his mother and father. That creature is called orphan. So Jody is a little bit nervous. He did not get sleep properly, so he is sitting on this desk, table and chair, and he is drifted by the thoughts that what would happen to the fawn, where would be the fawn. He could not take his mind out from that, and then he slept, and in his dreams he is noticing what? He is noticing this picture that he has held the fawn in his arms. So he wakes up very soon, suddenly, and then he rushes to his father and asks his father, "How are you feeling, Pa?" Father replies that, "Just fine, son. Old Death has gone thieving elsewhere." What do you mean by this line? That the death that had come to the door of Penny Boxter has escaped and has gone somewhere else, thieving elsewhere. But wasn't it a close shave? Close shave means a narrow escape, means you escaped from death. It was, it sure was, the son says. "I'm proud of you, boy. The way you kept your head, and what was needed, you were there to help." So Penny is lying on the bed, and when this child is coming and asking the health of the father. So the child is unable to control his emotions. He directly says, "Papa." The father says, "Yes, son." "Pa, Do you recollect the doe and the fawn? How can I forget them, beta? The poor doe has saved me. That is very certain, that's very sure. Pa, the fawn may be out there yet. It might be hungry and very scared also because it's a baby, no? I suppose so. Why don't I go and see if I can find the fawn? And what? Bring it here. Yes, I will raise it. Boy, you are confusing me. I am hemmed in. Penny lay quiet, staring at the ceiling. The father was unable to give an answer of yes or no to the child because they were not very rich. They were not so financially strong that they can bring up an animal in their house because they were managing themselves only very difficult. So the child says, Papa, shall I go and bring? Because the child has become having become orphan. So the child is the child says, Papa, you don't worry, I won't take much long. I'll be soon I'll soon start eating leaves and sorry. The child says that don't worry, we will raise the child very soon. I will give my own share of milk to him, and then when it will grow up, it will start eating leaves and acorns. You are a smart boy, more than your age. We have taken its mother, no? And if they blame us, it wasn't to be blamed, no? So the child is very smart, you see. Then surely it seems ungrateful to leave them to starve, son. I can't say no to you. I never thought I'd live to see another day. Can I ride with Millville and see if I can find it? Millville is one more person who comes to their house. Tell your ma, I said you can go. So the father is giving the permission to go and bring the fawn. The child is very happy. So the next scene, I have made it a little, it's very minute, so I have enlarged it. He sidled back to the room where the mother was about to pour coffee to everyone. By seeing Jody, she held the coffee pot in the mid-air. Ma, Pa says I can go and bring the fawn back. What? Fawn? You will bring the fawn back? Yes, the fawn belongs to the doe. And we have killed the doe, so we have used the doe's liver to draw out the poison of Pa and save his life. Well, for pity's sake, please don't do that. Please don't bring that animal to the house. But Pa says, see the child, how clever he is. He is feeling, but he is pointing out to father, because if he is pointing out to father, the child and the mother will not be able to deny the father. So Pa says it would be ungrateful to leave it to starve. That's right, ma'am. So Millville is over here. He says, that's right, ma'am. Nothing in this world comes quite free. The boy is right, and the father is also right. So this Millville, he says that I will take him to the jungle and we'll find it out. Well, if you are ready to go, give your milk to him, I have no objection, the mother says so. So, what else does it need to feed? Besides, I am anxious. You will go to such a long way alone. I'll be back before dinner, mummy. Please don't worry. I'll be back. And then this child runs, and then the Millville is there. One person is there with a cap, and he also joins him. Then they both ride together and they go to search the fawn. Millville is very happy, very excited, and he is positive in his outlook that he is going to bring the fawn home and he is going to get a beautiful pet to play with, take care of, and then they both can be very good friends. So, do you think he is still there? The child is innocent now. He's afraid that maybe somebody else might have killed him. We'll find him. And if he is alive, how do you know it is he? I know everything. Pa says that its spots are all in line on the doe fawn. So, if a female fawn is there, then the spots are all in line, and if it is a male, then there are spots everywhere all over the body. Okay, the child is very smart. Millville is unanswerable. So, then he says that the child says that yes, you cut towards the north, Millville. It was up there. Pa got bitten there by the rattlesnake, and there he killed the doe, and I saw the fawn. We move on to the next module, that is, as they pass through the abundant clearing. Abundant clearing means it's abundant area, nobody is there. And Jody gave himself over the thoughts of the fawn. Jody is imagining where he will get the fawn. And then Jody was unwilling to have Millville with him. Now let me say you why he did not want Millville with him. Because he was feeling very excited that if the fawn is dead, he would not be able to control his emotions. He would start crying then and there because he was very much in love with that fawn. He had become fond of that fawn. So he says that if he dies, then I cannot show my disappointment to Millville, because if Millville will see my disappointment, he will laugh at me. And if I find that lovely creature, I will go and hug that creature so tightly and love him that I won't be able to show that happiness also to Millville. Perhaps both the expressions he will laugh at me. So that is why he did not want to show all these things to him. So you can read these these dialogues later on. Now I'll take care. It might take me a long time to find the fawn. If he wandered, leave me off right there. He makes an excuse that leave me there. I will manage to find the fawn. You do not worry. So, all right, but you take it easy now. You know, north here and east. There and there, that's tall pine. That makes the bearing. I know everything. You don't worry. I'll manage. Because now when they were going, they would not be able to take the horse there along with them, because it was a thick, dense forest. So you see the picture over here. So it's a jungle area, and so long then. So long, Millville, I am obliged. The boy is bidding bye to Millville. He visited for the sounds of the hooves to the end, and then cut to the right. The scrub was still, and only his own crackling of twigs sounded across the silence. So when he was walking along the jungle, the twigs, the dry twigs that had fallen there, by his feet, they were producing crackling sound. He wondered for an instant that if he was mistaken by the direction, because it had rained previous night, and when it had rained previous night, he wasn't able to know the path. The sand showed large cut prints, and the big cats killed fresh, and then he left the door to the carrion birds. So carrion birds are those that feed on animals. Then the buzzards rose in front of him. They were flapping their wings and trying to eat the dough. The dough was lying there, no? So they were coming, flapping their wings to eat the dough. Buzzards were sitting in a circle way on the carcass of the dough. They turned their heads on their scrawny necks and hissed at him. And then he came into the clearing under the oaks. He threw his bow at them, and then they flew into the adjacent tree. So he threw one bow towards them so that all the birds would fly away and he would be able to search the fawn. Then the buzzards clacked their wings, impatient to return to their business. What was their business? Their business was to eat the flesh of the doe. So he returned to the spot where the fawn had emerged and dropped on all fours, studying on the sand. So he dropped on all fours, means he bent down to see, to check, and then he was checking the footprints because it had rained the previous night. All the footprints had washed away, only the big cats and the buzzard's footprints were there. He parted the grass to see, but the fawn was not there to be seen anywhere. Jody was very sad. With this, we come to an end of module 1. Thank you.